Hi, I'm Councilwoman Laura Pastor in the heart of the city, rockin' District 4. And guess what? We're in the heart of an establishment, SAAVI Services for the Blind. Jordan Moon, who is the center director, and Amy Porterfield, who's the president. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to you,
Welcome.
and thank you for coming.
So explain SAAVI to the people that would like to know, where are you?
Well, we are located here in Phoenix on 7th Street and Thomas. We are a training center for people who are blind to come and learn that it is respectable to be blind and to live independent, productive lives and be contributing members to society. So we offer experiential blindness training for all ages. So we have an office right here in Phoenix, and we have another office in Tucson as well. All of our stuff is saying that it doesn't matter what you could see, it matters what you can do. And so that's what we really believe.
So Amy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
7th Street and Thomas, very active. How did you pick the space?
We actually got very, very lucky and found this building. It had been empty for a while, and we were actually over at 44th and Thomas, and we were renting space over there, and we wanted to really be permanent and make sure that people knew that we were here to stay. And so after the pandemic, we were able to find this location, and it's been perfect. There's so many places to walk to, so many places for students to go eat, and it's great neighborhoods. We can get all kinds of different transportation. It meets all of our needs, checks all of our boxes, and we're thrilled to be here.
I am thrilled for you to be here in District 4, really right on a main transportation thorough where what I see is when I'm on 7th Street and Thomas, I see people crossing the street, and then I'm watching the traffic and I'm like, is anybody paying attention? But Jordan had told me it was very important to do something like that because it was in a natural environment.
Well, we travel using public transportation. We're not yet driving. We can't all get autonomous vehicles, although I'm really jealous. I'm actually from Tucson. I'm really jealous that Waymo's in Phoenix. I really, really want to have Waymo everywhere now. But since we can't all have our own autonomous vehicle, we take public transportation, and so we live productive lives. We work, we raise our families, we take our kids to school and to soccer practice. We do all the things that everyone does. And so I think one of the biggest things that people recognize, once they start coming here is when people lose their vision, they're probably the first person they've ever met who is blind. And so meeting role models and learning what to expect your life to be is the way that we really do our methodology. And so all of our staff are either blind or they've trained to do everything that we do non-visually, because we never ask a student to do something we can't do ourselves. And so yeah, you're going to see us out on the street corners and doing all the things, going all the places that everyone goes. We are a part of the community.
Yay!
Yeah, we have our own lives. What I like to tell everyone is that, the low expectations of blind people are so prominent that we have to make sure that not only do students have the skill, but they have, the capacity to realize that it's okay to be blind. Your life doesn't have to end, right? You can still live the life that you really want to live. And I tell people this is not overnight. So you really got to come here and put the work and learn skills. This is a skills-based agency program that we're doing here. So it's not just like, Councilwoman, you talked about seeing us on the street walking. That didn't just happen, right? We don't just go out there in day one. We really do take the time to learn how to use the cane properly, to actually learn how to interact with the traffic. So if you see a blind person out there, just know that we are not just out there, for fun. Like, we really have the training. We're ready. We're ready to take on the world, and we actually have the skill to do so.
And that's what I love about it. That's why I mentioned it, because I sat at a light and was watching, and I was like, oh no. And then they knew when to cross. They knew when to stop and listen. They knew when to say, okay, I'm going to continue and get across. So that was one of my first questions to you, Jordan. I was like, oh my gosh, you're on 7th Street and Thomas. And you're like, okay, we like it there. And here's the reasons why. And so that's why I brought it up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what do you think, Councilwoman? You ready for a tour?
I am excited for a tour. I'm glad to learn new things, and you're going to teach me everything.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to showing you that there is no limits to our blindness.
Hi, Diedrich. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. I'm getting excited. I'm going to
welcome.
learn.
Welcome. I'm ready to take you on a tour, and I think it's going to be great.
Thank you. Diedrich, you walk fast.
Oh, sorry.
Are you getting steps in?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Ms. Councilwoman, we're going to the East Tech Lab here. This is where we learn all of our tech using JAWS and screen readers. And this is the East Tech Lab. This lab belongs to our instructor, Joe Good.
Welcome to our tech lab. And this is where we pretty much do all things tech.
Got it.
And so the whole idea behind our program here is that we teach people non-visually the skills that they need to be able to live independently and to get jobs after they graduate. We teach everything from the basics, how to use Microsoft Word, to using their smartphone. And as you can see right here,
It's in Braille.
I'm actually setting up a Braille display.
Yeah.
What we teach here is how to use the computer. We use JAWS, which is a computer application
Right.
that allows things to be output in speech and or Braille. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all this text. Selection deleted. And I'm going to type in hello.
HELLO, comma, space. Space, R, space.
You today, question.
Backslash, enter.
And so on the display, I can see the text right here. I'm just going to go to the top of the file.
Comma 5, hello, how are you today?
And you heard JAWS actually say it.
Yeah.
But it displays it right here. Hello, how are you today?
Oh. So that's how you're reading, or Braille.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's where Braille comes in.
Is JAWS in multiple languages?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
It will do multiple languages.
Okay.
You can make it speak in multiple languages. I haven't tried the Braille in multiple languages because I can only read it in English. But it will do it.
Oh, got it. Okay. This is a lot of cognitive skills.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if they've never done it before. If they've lost their vision later in life, or just kind of, it's really a lot. And we do things like when you first come in, we assess your skills, try to figure out where you're at. And then we base your program, we do your program based on your skill set, right? So if you come in and maybe you've used JAWS before, but you don't quite, know everything about it, we'll figure out where you are, and then we'll start you at that point, right? Like if you already know how to move around the computer, I'm gonna start you at the basics.
Right. Right.
So
I think it takes a lot of persistence, and there are probably moments where they don't want to persist.
it does happen, and sometimes you really got to get in there and be like, all right, you came here because you want to learn about this.
Yeah.
It's necessary to be able to function in daily life. I mean, I can't tell, there's no day that goes by where I don't use a computer.
So this is our Braille library here. This is where we come and we can get anything that we would like to read. These guys here can make us a book so we can take home and read for us. So this is where we come and we get our Braille lessons here. Once again, we also we can come and check out books here. If there's something that we really want, they can actually make it for us so we can have it to read. So yeah.
Is there I guess you wouldn't need it, but just curiosity, is there a program? Like if you wanted to, I guess you would use Audible, but if you want to read and use Braille.
Yeah, well, so there's multiple, I guess, programs. So there's different ways of getting your books. So here we have the ability, like Sam was talking about, we have the ability to invoice it.
Okay.
So somebody wants something, and then we have it, like, let's say in PDF file or
Oh, got it.
And then our transcribist, which is Tana over there, she can just take that and actually emboss it and then provide it for the students in Braille.
Got it.
And the way that we get our books, there are different libraries that produce like electronic Braille books for blind people. And so there's a one that's called Bookshare. There's one called NNSL, which is like a National Congress Library. You know that one. You can get books from there. And then they also have that one. Actually, you can get the books in Audible.
Okay.
You can also get them in Braille.
Got it.
So that's really nice because you can have them in both formats. So yeah, and Bookshare is a really good one, more for like college. If you need textbook for your class, yeah, you can definitely get those from Bookshare. So yeah, there's definitely multiple ways of getting the text that you need.
Well, thank you. Thank you for showing me that.
Okay, Ms. Councilwoman, we're going to head to our East Kitchen here. This is where we learn all of our home management skills.
As you've seen throughout your tour so far, we really are claiming that it is respectable to be blind. And one of the things that we use is the term blind, and we use it on purpose because we give that term power. A lot of people assume that when you're blind, you literally have no vision. What we consider blind is that when your vision is substantially limited to where you have to use alternative techniques to do your everyday living. So for example, if you're looking at a computer screen this closely, right, then clearly you may want to find another way to access the content on the screen, for example. So the way that we ensure that our students are learning everything non-visually, getting all the information that they need outside of vision, is we use a tool called the learning shades, or blindfolds, properly known. We call them learning shades because we do learn with them. They are a tool that we teach with. And the reason is we want you to, no matter how much vision or vision you don't have or whatever, when you leave our program, you will be able to use your non-visual skills that you've gained in conjunction with whatever vision you do have to be the best person you can be. But you can't focus on using your non-visual skills if you have the vision that you're using here. So
Right.
you're coming to us because your vision is quote unquote broken. We can help you get around that. So what do you think? You want to try building up the skill, non-visual skill, to learn how to do some basic kitchen stuff here?
Sure.
All right.
I
so
will try.
I'm going to give you these. You just put them around you. They do have
Okay.
Velcro in the back there, and
Let's see.
it can be an overwhelming experience. But remember, this is, months worth of training that our students are going through. So it's
Okay.
not, breathe in deeply. Your paradigm is changing. You're
I am
experiencing the world now
completely, yes.
differently, but that's okay. So I have Lindsay here, one of our home management instructors.
Okay, Lindsay.
You're welcome to come on over here
If you
to
wanna-
the
I'm
kitchen
holding on
island.
to my,
There is nothing in your way here,
Okay.
so you can just walk.
walk to my left.
Yep, reach out
Where
and you'll
I'm
find the
looking for
kitchen
you,
island.
Lindsay.
This is one of the introductory techniques that we do with all students. And again, some students come in having done this for decades. Some students come in never doing it at all. So we always take it step by step and work
Okay.
through the process. So today we have a lovely russet potato that we will be chopping up.
Oh,
and
we will
dicing.
be.
Well,
I can't
we
even
won't.
chop.
You will. That's all right, because we'll show you all the techniques needed to do it safely and non-visually. So in front of you, you can explore. There is a cutting board.
Okay.
And if you notice, we also have a knife around the edge of the cutting board. And if you've noticed,
No.
we store it underneath the cutting board. So that way, there are often a lot of students working in this kitchen at once.
I'm trying to explore.
It's okay, don't worry. You can use, you're just exploring with your hands.
Okay. So I'm trying to find the knife. Oh, here it is.
Yep.
you go.
Okay.
So storing it underneath the cutting board when it's not in use is a good
Okay.
safety measure. So you can go ahead and pull that knife out.
Feels heavy. Okay.
All right. Now, typically we would go over the mechanics of the knife. So you're holding it by the handle.
Okay.
The top flat part that is not sharp is called the spine
Okay.
of the knife, and then the sharp part is called the blade. So we will be using the blade. So if you reach just beyond your cutting board, you'll find a potato.
On my left, or
Either side, you can explore.
okay, I got it.
All right. So there's a couple different hand techniques that we use to safely chop or dice something. What I would like you to do is, with you're right-handed,
Yes.
so with that knife in your right hand, go ahead and put the blade flat down on, you keep holding it, but put just the blade down. So hold it like you're about to chop something.
Hold it like this.
Perfect. And then what you do is you hold that potato in your left hand, just keep it steady so it doesn't move around on you.
Okay.
Bring your knife down to the cutting board.
All the way?
Nope, so just keep it to the side,
Cutting board?
bring
Okay.
it down, and then you scoot it just like that right to the edge of the potato.
Okay.
Then you lift and cut. And these are what we call dimes, these round, semi-flat pieces. And this is the beginning to dice a potato.
So you notice we're not really, you have ways in which our instructors can monitor non-visually what you're doing. So with students, we would clearly make sure that their hands are free, and just the way in which you were kind of describing and cutting, someone who's blind can hear that. And so we now know that you're doing it safely. And that's the power of the training we do. We're not monitoring, oh my gosh, Councilwoman, be careful, you're gonna cut yourself. We fully have the trust in your ability to cut a potato.
This isn't just a cooking class. We do all sorts of stuff in home management, personal management, personal care, medication management, finances. Right. So we cover a whole lot.
A lot of the general population probably doesn't understand. First, that you can live independently. Secondly, how do you live independently, and what are the skills that you learn that we all have? So.
Well, you'll learn there's a technique, a non-visual technique for just about every, visual technique out there, if not more. There's so many techniques that we use to maintain our students' efficiency and their success in this class.
I would like to tell you about our final project for our students in this class.
Please.
So near the end of their program, our students will completely independently, they will research a menu, they will find recipes, they will budget, go shopping for it, and then come back and prep a 5-part meal. So a drink, dessert, appetizer, entree, and side dish. And they will serve the entire center, which is about 40 people.
Wow.
So it is a 3-day process, and it really, really shows the confidence of the students at that point in their program. It is a very good reflection for what they've all accomplished, and it is a extremely good demonstration of all of the non-visual skills that they've learned thus far.
And a coming together.
Yes, and everyone gets to enjoy some good food.
Celebration.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay, for doing what you do.
Of course. Thank you for coming by. I'm glad
problem.
you guys got to know a little bit more about us.
Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
So in cane travel, we teach everything from the micro scale up to the macro scale. So we teach how to get it around a room, then we teach how to get around the building, how to get around the neighborhood, the city, and then the country. So we'll even take them to airports and work through airports so they can get on a plane and fly anywhere in the world.
Wow.
So these techniques transfer, the same techniques you would use to go from here to lunch is the same techniques you would use to go from here to Paris. They don't change. They just scale.
Yes.
So what I'm going to teach you is the very, very basic grip
Okay.
and the basic cane technique. We call it
Okay.
the pencil grip. We call it that because we like to be confusing. It looks nothing like you're holding a pencil. It's closer to a chopstick grip. But we still call it the pencil grip because it's fun to confuse students. So what you're going to do is you are going to put your hand just at the bottom of the grip of your cane, so where the rubber part ends
Okay.
and the fiberglass begins.
Okay.
I like to let that rest on my thumb,
Okay.
so on the knuckle of your thumb. And then your index finger will wrap over the cane, your middle finger will wrap under the cane.
Okay. I hope I got that.
Right, mind if I look at your hand?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'll just find your cane with my cane. Perfect. And you can actually drop this down
Okay.
all the way down here.
Down
So you can
right
go
there?
anywhere from down here
Okay,
all the way to
all the way
up
up.
here.
Okay.
This is a very flexible grip and a
Got it.
flexible technique. We use this if we are in any kind of tight quarters. So dropping it down gives you more warning, but also makes it so you can't turn as tightly, right? You're making a larger circle when you turn. Lifting it up brings that tip closer, but gives you less warning.
Got
So
it.
it's very much a balance between what do you want, warning or speed. Those are kind of your options.
Okay, at my age right now, I want warning.
I think everybody
if I
kind of
was
wants warning.
younger at 21, I'd be a little bit more of a risk taker.
That is kind of how everybody works. So what we're gonna do is we wanna walk what we call in step.
Okay.
So when the cane goes over in front of your right foot, you want your left foot hitting the ground.
Oh,
So
that's
it
opposite.
opposes.
Okay. Yeah.
We do that so that what happens is you take one step, right? Your left foot goes forward, cane's over to the right. It's cleared the area that your right foot is about to go into. So your cane is actually one step ahead of you.
So when I make a step left, my cane goes right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then when you take a step with your right foot, the cane goes left.
Okay.
All right? So let's head north up along this hallway the way you're facing.
You're like, okay.
You will know that you're at the end of the hallway when it starts to get very echoey.
Okay, now I'm like not in the center anymore.
So all you want to do is just correct that and continue.
Okay.
It's not echoey yet.
No.
You're almost there, but not quite.
No, I was trying to get my movement.
Now does it feel different?
It does. It's echoey.
That is the end of the hallway. That's how we'll know that we reached the end of hallways.
Okay.
When our students come here, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, they go home utterly exhausted, even though they haven't really done anything all that physical, right? Because we don't make them go out and walk
No,
5 or
yeah.
6 miles. We're having them walk a hallway. They might even just not even walk. They might be standing still, just tapping their cane back and forth, right? That might be the most they do for 2 hours. But they'll go home mentally exhausted.
No, it takes a lot of hard work.
I was listening to you earlier. You was like, I want to take these shades off, but it's because it's just so easy to just lift them up and look.
Well, yeah, and it's not easy for somebody.
Right.
I mean, you
Right.
can take your shades off, you won't be able to see.
Right. So because
yeah.
blindness is like a spectrum. So we
Right.
get students that have some sight. We have students that come in totally blind, but everybody has to wear the shades in order to really grasp those non-visual techniques.
All right.
Not to mention, we can also teach you how to walk with other things while using
That's
your
right. Yeah.
trays, cup of coffee,
Yeah.
2 cups of coffee.
have to first graduate from here. I first have to graduate from this.
Yeah. But it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
And,
Pleasure,
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Where are you guys going? Where am I?
Hello, Councilwoman.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How was your experience?
It has been phenomenal,
Excellent.
and I have learned many different skills.
Would you mind telling me? I'd love to hear your experience.
Well, in cooking,
Yeah.
I had to learn to relax. I had to be okay with not being a perfectionist in cutting, and I had to listen.
Preference for how big
So they got you using the knives right away.
Yes, I was
Nice,
using the
excellent.
knives.
Make it
Yes,
nice.
right away.
Good. You know, the thing about using the learning shades is that we're really retraining our brains to process information in a very different way. Because when you're using your vision, that's processing 90% of the information that you're bringing into your brain. And that's why we practice so much every day using the blindfolds, because we are training ourselves to process the information in that new way. Just like when you work out, you have to practice using muscles that maybe, I know when I work out, I find muscles I didn't even know I had, right? So so you have to practice, retraining those pathways. And then that way, whenever, you're working in an environment where maybe you have some vision, but not quite as well in the dark, and you walk from light to dark, you just use those non-visual skills, and you never come up against the word can't, because you always have a skill to use when you need it.
Correct. And when it's really looking at the non-visual, when you're non-visual, how you have to use all your other senses and be able to skill up in that area.
Yeah.
So it has been a learning lesson for me. And I also had to learn patience, acceptance, and to be able to breathe, like Beasley and Cody have taught me, walking with my cane, to keep breathing and searching.
Sounds like you did great on your first,
Your first day,
your
yeah.
first day, and all new skills are challenging at first, right? So it sounds like you were amazing.
You have people all the time that come and they say, I couldn't imagine if I was blind. And that's true. You know, day one, it is very difficult to imagine yourself how you're going to be for the rest of your life as a blind person. But understand, you know, all the time that I tell people, this is not a superpower that we have. These are developed skills that take time. And you just got a glimpse today in day one. But people are here for 9 months. And that's where they really understand that it's respectable to be blind, that they could do anything that they want to. They just have to find another way to get it done.
So I walk back. I also have to say that you had to use a lot of your cognitive skills.
Absolutely.
And not realizing being a visual person on how my visual and how I instantly use it, I had to retrain how I was going to learn and move and explore. So
That's right.
I can't believe, I'm so excited that you came today. No one takes the time like you did, and it means so much to us, and we're really grateful.
So I want to thank the both of you for giving
Thank
me this
you
experience,
for
but
your
most of all,
time.
I want to thank all the students and staff that embraced me in this journey and really helped me understand what it is or how it feels and how to be empowered, really, in learning these skills. And so I'm glad SAAVI's here for those that need to learn the skills, but also to empower people to live a thriving life. So really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. We love the city of Phoenix. We're here to serve anyone who's blind. So anyone who's blind or just wants to learn more about what we do, please come visit.
Or visit www.saavi.us.
Yes, and you can donate also.
Yes, you can.
We were always looking for donations and people helping our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
I am Councilwoman Laura Pastor in the heart of the city, Rockin' District 4.